A 7-year-old man spent 10 minutes complaining about my 18-month-old on our Southwest flight to Reno, and I have thoughts. So a few weeks ago, I was flying on a Southwest flight to Reno, Nevada, and there was this lovely man in front of us. Let me tell you what happened. My daughter kicked his seat for 3 seconds, and I barely heard him when he turned around and asked her to stop kicking, of which I promptly made it stop by flipping her car seat around to face the other direction so that she would not be directly kicking his seat. Problem solved, right? Wrong. So we had a layover in Las Vegas and we didn't have a plane change, and this older gentleman had to sit there and wait for like 30 minutes while the airlines got him a wheelchair to get off the flight. I had already been dealing with Sailor having 2 blowouts on this flight, so I was back in the back of the plane changing her pants for the second time. This man proceeds to spend nearly the entire layover, we're talking like 10 straight minutes, complaining to the flight attendants about how unruly my child was and how I did nothing to help as a mother. Meanwhile, I'm over here thinking that flight was a win because she was actually pretty good. She slept for about 80% of the flight. She didn't cry once. She didn't even yell. There were no meltdowns. So honestly, like, best flight ever. But here's the kicker. My mom was sitting right behind him the entire time, listening to him, his entire dissertation on my parenting and how bad it was. Meanwhile, like I said, I'm in the back dealing with blowout number 2. So I guess she finally decides to speak up and she goes, "Sir, I am that mother's mother and you are wrong." Her daughter is 18 months old and we immediately corrected the kicking problem. Wouldn't you know it that this man has the audacity to say, "My daughter never behaved so poorly at that age." And after that, he said he would never fly so cheaply again. He's definitely going to stick to Delta. Sir, I hate to break it to you, but I have flown first class with my daughter, so your money and flying more expensively does not make you entitled to a child-free existence. We are raising kids in 2025, not 1955, and so your daughter probably sat silent and terrified because that's what kids did back then. And one more thing, can we talk about how it's always men who act like this? Like 90% of the time when Sailor is struggling, when I'm struggling with her, it's women who offer to help and tell me that I'm doing such a great job. And then men just always act annoyed like I should somehow control this tiny human who is still figuring out how to exist. She is 18 months old. She kicked your seat for 3 seconds. I fixed it immediately. Get the fuck over yourself. Anyway, shout out to all the solo moms flying with littles. You are doing amazing. I will be the mom cheering you on. Don't let some grumpy old man tell you otherwise.